Welcome to Advocate Like a Pro. I'm Wendy Warren, Senior Vice President of Communications with the Louisiana Restaurant Association. Today's webinar is designed to help you prepare for LRA Day at the Capitol on April 29th and to give you the tools to confidently engage with your legislators year-round. I'll be co-presenting with Will Dubose, our Managing Director of Government Affairs. We'll alternate throughout the presentation to keep things moving and engaging. This webinar is being recorded and we ask that you mute your phone. If you have a question, please add it to the chat. Brittany Ford on our team will be helping to monitor it. We'll save questions to the end of the presentation. As part of our 2025 LRA strategy and engagement plan, we always start with our mission and vision. Our mission is to advance and protect Louisiana's restaurant and food service industry while driving economic prosperity and jobs. Our vision is to be the restaurant's trusted advisor. Every LRA initiative, whether advocacy, education, insurance, and beyond, is aligned with this mission and vision. So many policy decisions made at the Capitol can impact your business. Wages, leave, insurance, you name it. Anything that touches your restaurant can be up for discussion during any given session. The LRA's advocacy team ensures that the voice of Louisiana's restaurants and hospitality businesses is heard. But when you speak up as a constituent, your story resonates even more powerfully. Louisiana's restaurant industry is a $17 billion economic engine. When I started at the LRA in 2006, that number was just $4.2 billion. We provide over 200,000 jobs across the state, and we continue to grow each year. Restaurants also serve as gathering spaces, community supporters, and the first job for many. Every legislator has restaurants in their district, and when we begin our relationship with them, we always ask, "What's your favorite restaurant? Have you ever worked in one?" Their answer determines our next steps. If they've worked in a restaurant, we can quickly tie in any current issues. If they haven't, we start with the basics and explain how certain policies impact the restaurants. Your impact goes far beyond the dining room. You are a key part of our state's economic health and culture. Now I'll turn it over to Will.
So our advocacy team recently completed our bill review. I'm going to walk you through some of the top issues the LRA is tracking this legislative session. We're currently tracking, monitoring, or opposing over 200 bills this year. But some of the main ones that affect you are, first, the restaurant reservation piracy, which is an LRA bill. If you haven't heard of this yet, you may soon. This is when unauthorized third-party platforms charge for restaurant reservations. Think of it like ticket scalping. We were tipped off to this practice by a fine dining restaurant in New Orleans and also by a seatmate on a recent flight who proudly shared that he scored a reservation for only $200. We requested that Representative Troy Hebert from Lafayette introduce a bill to address this exploitive practice. The second bill is Senate Bill 14 by Senator Patrick McMath relating to menu labeling and seed oil disclosure. This one will require restaurants to disclose the use of seed oils, and it will create operational and compliance challenges. Another is what we're calling the whipped cream bill, which is a nitrous oxide ban that would require anyone to be 21 years or older to accept or use or handle nitrous oxide in restaurants, coffee shops, anywhere in the food service industry. I've met with the bill author today, and we're looking to amend out our concerns. So I'm hopeful that we can fix that bill. Another bill relates to the Catch and Cook program. It adds a fee, a $20 fee, to those restaurants who currently or would like to participate in the program moving forward. Now, currently, only about 20 to 50 restaurants really participate, so there's not much money that would be generated. With the idea is that money generated would go towards promoting this program. We're looking to either amend out the fee or seriously tweak the bill so that it favors restaurants and doesn't unnecessarily burden restaurants with more fees and programs and stuff like that. So, of course, there are many other bills that we're monitoring as we move through the process. We'll keep you informed via the Capital Connections podcast, upcoming webinars, and the Snapshot newsletter. Let's quickly pivot to something many of us associate with schoolhouse rock or high school civics, which is how a bill becomes a law. First, a senator or a representative has an idea and they file a bill. That bill is then assigned to a Senate or House committee aligned with that subject matter. Then the bill is heard in committee. It's presented, debated, testimony is given, and amendments may be added. If it passes out of committee, it goes to the full House or Senate for a floor vote. If approved, it goes over to the other chamber and the process goes over again with committee hearings and then a full vote on the floor. And if it makes it all the way through those two chambers, it'll come to the governor's desk where he can either veto or sign the bill into law. Your voice is most effective during committee hearings or when legislation is up for debate. Often, media coverage of bills passing out of committee prompts calls to the LRA. That's why we revisit this process often to remind members of the many opportunities to engage. Another important tool is knowing who your legislators are. Going to the legislature's website and using the Find My Legislator page, you can type in your home and your business address, and you'll get a list of your senator and your representative. This tool helps you connect with multiple legislators, and we ask that you be ready to share this info with us on LRA Day at the Capitol so that we can request a quick visit with your legislators during our time there.
Making a first impression is key. Do a little research beforehand on your legislators. It could be their occupation, the committees they serve on, or something that shows you're paying attention to them. Check their legislator page on legis.la.gov or simply Google them. Make a personal connection, but keep your message clear and concise. Legislators are approached by many special interest groups. It's important to stand out and respectfully. Always use senator or representative before their last name. If you haven't met them before, introduce yourself, the name of your business, how many locations you operate, and how many people you employ. If there's a specific issue we want you to discuss, we'll provide you with a few simple talking points beforehand. Then thank them for their time and their service to your district. Time will be limited, so keep it personal, direct, and impactful. What to expect on LRA Day at the Capitol? You'll arrive just before noon and join us for lunch at the Baton Rouge City Club. The program runs from 12:30 to 1:45. Then we'll board the shuttle bus and head to the Capitol for our visits between 2 and 4 p.m. Afterwards, we'll return via shuttle to the City Club and retrieve our vehicles before heading to a member-only reception at the LRA House, and we'll provide directions.
So during the lunch, you'll hear an advocacy briefing from our President and CEO, Stan Harris, and Chief Advocate, followed by a guest address from Senator Franklin Foyle, who chairs the Senate Revenue and Fiscal Affairs Committee. As chair, he's at the center of all tax discussions in Louisiana and will provide insight into what's next after the failure of Constitutional Amendment 2. Next, you'll hear from Senator Kirk Talbot, an LRA member and owner of Lucky Dogs. He also chairs the influential Senate Insurance Committee. He'll share insights on skyrocketing auto, home, and business insurance rates and efforts underway to alleviate these costs. It's not too late to register for LRA Day. The link is in the chat. Thanks, Brittany, for that. The more members we have present, the louder our collective voice and easier our job is. Please bring a colleague or team member. This is truly a powerful experience. We're always here to support your advocacy efforts. Stay informed by reading the Snapshot e-newsletter, listening to the Capital Connection podcast, and tuning in to future webinars. Advocacy isn't just one day, it's a continuous effort. And when we issue a call to action, it means we've exhausted every other option. When we call, we mean business.
At this time, we'll open the floor for questions. Anybody have any questions?
Hearing none, I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you for joining us for Advocate Like a Pro. Will and I will be back throughout the session with updates via the Capital Connection podcast and future webinars. Until next time, we'll see you at the Capitol on April 29th.
Look forward to seeing everyone there.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.